Yeah, I think Evessa, first of all, is a good organization. And in the beginning of the season, I took this team over and there were not many options for me to sign new players. So I have to work with the players that were for a long time here. And I think it's a process over the whole season to knowing the players, knowing their strengths, their weaknesses, and it took a little bit time, especially because many players came out from an injury, so it was not easy to see them playing the best basketball because simply they needed a little bit longer time to get healthy. But I think now I see that a lot of players have good quality. They know how to play with each other. Some players show great performance of shooting. Some are defensively good. And I'm very happy how we move the ball now, that we have nearly 28 assists sometimes per game. That makes us very strong, and that every player is dangerous and can score. And this is what I want to continue working on, that everyone who is on the floor must be dangerous, must attack the ball, must be able to score, and at the same time he must be also able to see the better player who has a better position. So sharing the ball is very important for me. Being aggressive on offense and on defense. And one thing what I definitely would like to see is reducing our turnovers. Sometimes we have simply too many turnovers, and these turnovers are leading to easy baskets, and that hurt us very much. So this is a process of knowing each other, playing together, trusting each other, and of course sharing the ball. Yeah, I think of course the factor time is very important. That players, the longer they play together, the better. They understand a little bit more the system. I think also that how we want to move the ball, and I think also in the end of the season you should play the best basketball. So everyone is looking fine, everyone is in shape. Luckily, I must knock now on the wood, we have no serious injuries. So this is a process, and I am very happy how we simplify also a little bit the game. In the beginning of the season, the game was a little bit more complex, but now we said we wanna focus more on transition offense, on fast break, and we wanna focus also more on ball movement and taking open shots when we are open. And players like this, they show very good basketball and follow it. The strategy, so we let them play a little bit more free, and I think this is what the players like, and this has maybe something to do that we are now way more dangerous, playing faster and not so easy to defend. Yeah, I think in the beginning of the season it was not easy. Of course the expectations were very high, and of course we as a team we wanted to have a good start. But we have some playing time restrictions for some players because we didn't want to risk that they get another injury. So it was not easy, but we talk a lot about it. We analyze the videos, of course, analyze the strategies, and like I said, maybe this process takes a little bit longer time, and players came back stronger, got the confidence. And I found out also how to use the players during the season, and yeah, you grow together, you play then good basketball, and like I said in the beginning, it's a process. So beginning, everything is new with a new coach, new strategy, but in the end, yeah, you must understand more, you must know what you do. And I think that was the process, what you see clearly during the season. Yeah, I think that would be great if a player could immediately switch and change his behavior. I think also for players it's a process to understand, and it's not from game to game that they can switch automatics immediately that they have. So I think some players we have to talk a few times to push them to take open shots. Because it's very important for spacing. If we don't take open shots, we are very limited inside. And the same thing for inside. If we are not scoring inside, we will not get we will not we will be not dangerous. So the balance between the players, that they understand that they must be dangerous, they must attack, it took time, I think, a little bit. So many conversations, I think, many times in practice, remembering the players that they must be aggressive and they must be a threat. So yeah, it was a longer process. Like again, we are coming back again and again. They have to learn and trust that if they take maybe a few shots and they don't make the shot, that they can still play. I strongly believe an open shot is a good shot, and maybe you take the open shots after 6 seconds, but you never know if you in the 22nd and 23rd second will get such a wide open shots with the quality. So now we are pushing the players, even though maybe it's only one pass. If you are open, please take the shot. If you make it, great. If you don't make it, it's still a very good shot. And this is what took a little bit time to understand from the point of view of players. Yeah, I think it's a very interesting situation, first of all. And there are definitely a few positions in the team that we would like to improve. Especially the spacing. I would like to have let's say consistent players who are shooting, over 40% from the 3-point line. That's going to be very important to create better spacing. We will next season. I'm planning to play way more aggressive, so the defensive aspect will be a major point for the next season. And I don't. It's tough in our conference, let's say like this. We have a very strong conference and we have to compete with the top 4 teams. Now we see Hiroshima and Efe Nagoya have both the wild cards. So they are with 39 wins. And I think a realistic goal, of course, it depends how the team is developing and how the team is understanding the basketball that we want to play, but achieving more than 30 wins is a must in our conference. So we want to put an aggressive team together. We want to be offensively still play attractive basketball, and that's going to be the goal for the next season. Yeah, I think there are a lot of games. But especially in my memory was when we played the Wednesday game, I think in Okinawa. That was an amazing game, and we played good team basketball. We shared the ball, and we won this game against Okinawa, even though we played with only one big guy. So it was not easy under the circumstances, but the team played great and and responded well. And I think also the second game against Shiga, it was not easy. Sean O'Mara and Kyle couldn't participate. Sean played only 7 minutes, but the other guys, they believed, they played good team basketball. And in the end, 1:30 to play, 9 points down. Actually, every coach thinks, okay, the game is over, but we managed to make some unbelievable shots. We managed to play good defense. We had a 10-0 run in the end, and won the game. And these are, I think, the moments that I remember. So, good moments with a lot of fun, with a lot of energy, and with a lot of emotions. I think first of all players are intensive, and every coach wishes that everyone is on the same page, that the communication is working. But if I have to talk about one player, I think our youngster Fumiya is now very important. I'm looking at him because I would like to find out what is he capable of. I'm very satisfied with his performance. I'm very satisfied with his defense, and I realize also that he understands the communication, what we are trying to teach him, and I see a lot of good situation where he passes the ball quickly or simply makes a very good decision. So my focus is definitely on Fumia, because we want to continue work with him, and we want make him a better player, and automatically when he is a better player he can help the team a lot. Yeah, I think simply the will and the understanding. I think he is a very competitive player. He has a very good body. We still have to improve his shot. We are working on his shot, but I think the competitiveness makes him a very attractive player. So we are pushing him, and he's working simply hard in every practice. He's working hard when he's in the game. And that's what I mentioned before, the decisions. I think this is very important. Young players made sometimes a lot of bad decisions, and they have to learn from their mistakes. And I see that Fumia is learning very fast, and I trust him very much, because he makes good decisions. And this is not always, let's say, so normal for a young player to make so many good decisions. That's why I think that he's on the right path. He's working hard. We have to improve his shot, especially in the off season. But body-wise, he's good, and mind-wise, he's also on the right on the right direction. So that's why I think he's very competitive. He attacks, and he trusts us also. Yeah, absolutely. I think he is a very young player. He will develop. One quality that I maybe didn't mention, but he can listen very good, very well, and he has a very good eye contact if you have a communication with him, and you see simply that he understands what you are telling him. Of course, Mizuki, that's also something to do with you, with your translation. This is one skill that he definitely must improve. Learn a little bit better English, that we have a maybe face-to-face straight communication. But I can imagine very well that that he will be one of the best players in the league if he continues working like this. Yeah, first of all, I think it was my first B1 league season, and it's a very competitive situation. I think with the 3 divisions that we have with 8 teams, also it's very competitive to qualify for the playoffs. I mean, each team is playing for the playoffs, and I wish that maybe in the future also the B League will consider maybe a little bit different system, that we will have maybe in the future play-ins, so that more teams are maybe for longer time staying in the system to be to qualify for the playoffs. I think this is very important for the teams, that we of 24 teams, not only 8, but maybe let's say 12 teams can have the chance through the play-ins to get into this situation. So I think this is important. The second thing what I would like to say is, of course, our gym is amazing. Sometimes we had such a great atmosphere in the gym, and the fans were pushing us, and the players really, and we, the whole staff, we felt this, how they stood behind us and and pushed us to the win. Like the 6th player on the floor are always the fans. And of course, with coronavirus and all the restrictions, in the beginning of the season, in the end, when you can get a little bit louder and you can push the players, so that helps a lot. And I hope that next season all these restrictions are gone, and that we can continue the process, working together, the fans and the team, supporting each other, and winning way more games than we won this season. So that's going to be a process, I think, also. So let's how I say always to my staff and to the team, and I would like to say also to all of our fans, let's win together. The fans are part of the team. They are supporting us, and we are winning always together. Thank you very much.